Do what's called a personal stress test. I'm going to take my unpaid balance, apply various interest rates to it, and see if my net operating income can handle it. This is something I'm going to encourage all my clients to do. And you really have to do this test to figure out whether or not your payment at 2 or 3 times the current interest rate, because that's the direction things seem to be going in, if you can handle that with your current net operating income. We'll discuss topics of NOI cannibalization and also cash in versus cash out refi. So I'd like to illustrate an exercise that you should be doing right now. Here's what I call my personal stress test. Now I'm basing this illustration on a 30-year amortization. If your current mortgage is at a 20 or 25-year amortization, your payment obviously is going to be higher. So please keep in mind, this is at a 30-year ammo. Now, I used $1 million and $5 million here. So just assume if you have a $2 million loan, just double the numbers that we got here, $3 million, triple it. And I included $5 million for the guys that have the bigger loans. And again, this is just for a quick look. You can do this online with a amortization schedule on the internet or on your computer. Now, at $1 million, I used 7, 8, and 10%. And the reason I did that is here we're at probably like somewhere in the 6s right now. So we're going to go to 7, most likely 8. But I wanted to see what the double-digit interest rates start looking like. Here's your monthly payment. Here's your yearly payment. Now, I also showed the yearly at 3%. That's where your loan might be now, in and around. So if you look at the 8% illustration, at $1 million, your monthly payment is $7,338. Yearly is $88,056. Now you have to decide if your current loan is at $1 million and you're only paying $50,592 on your annual debt service. You're talking about a $40,000 increase, right? Going to the $5 million, 7, 8, and 10. Again, looking at the 8% illustration at $36,000. Yearly payment $441,256. If your mortgage was at 3%, $252,960 versus $441,256. No capital improvements, no change in the running of the properties or exterior forces like taxes and insurance. So that leads to the last 3 points that you have to really do some introspection on. If this loan that you have now is interest only, that means your payment is going to explode, because if you go to amortization and double or triple your interest rate, you have to really know if you're going to be able to carry that debt or not. The other component is net operating income. Is it going up or is it going down? The rent stabilized assets are going to be challenged because you can't accelerate the rent growth as fast as you like. So there may be cannibalization of your net operating income. So if your net income is going down and your payment is going to balloon to $441,256 versus $252,960, you're going to have to really take into consideration what your exit strategy is, which kind of leads to the last point. In the past, most guys would look at a particular capital event or exit strategy, sell at 36 months or refi because you were able to get the rents up and cash out of your existing mortgage. What's happening now is guys are going to pay down their mortgage. So if I have $1 million loan and I go to refinance the property and I don't have enough equity in my property and I have an unpaid balance of, let's say, $782,000, but I'm only going to be able to do, let's say, $650,000 on my refi because at a higher interest rate, I have to make a business decision now. I'm going to have to pay down the loan. And some guys are calling that buying the building back twice, or buying the building back from the bank, because you have to actually do cash in versus cashing out in the refi.